good evening. Hello. Wherever you are in podcast land, Brendan Cunningham, the real estate doctor at EXP. Can you see it back there? It says EXP. And with me, Matt Paul. He does it all. We're going to talk about some things that we discovered this week. And I know you're going to find this hard to believe because I was always taught that everything that you see on the internet is truthful.
Yeah, you can find all sorts of information that's true.
So we're going to poke some holes in some things, or at least question them. I saw this thing the other day about strategies you might use to get yourself, if you're a buyer, and get yourself through a competitive market.
Yeah, multiple offer
scenario. Okay, and some of these things I think make sense, and some of them don't. But either way, we have to question them.
Yes.
First thing I saw was, well, make lowball offers.
Yeah. In a seller's market, that's a good way to lose every time.
How's that going to work for you? Now, and here's the thing about making lowball offers. When you work with an agent, whether you're a buyer's agent or seller's agent, that agent is a fiduciary.
Yep.
What does that mean? There's a whole list of things that they are obligated to do for their clients.
Yes.
The first of which is to obey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say we have a house for $300,000, and the seller says, "Well, I'm going to follow this make a lowball offer thing
that they read on Google."
I'm going to offer them $200,000. As the agent, they're obligated to convey that offer.
Absolutely.
Correct? Hold your horses. Yes, they are. However, if they're a good agent, they may question you.
Absolutely, or educate.
And say, "Okay, why do you want to do that?" "Well, because I can."
Yeah.
Yes, they can. Because they can is a good answer. I don't know if it's the appropriate answer, though.
No, I don't think we'd be doing any favors or justice to our clients if we weren't helping advise them.
We're advising them, say, "Listen," and this is the way I would advise somebody. All right, let me show you what the market's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd show you, these are what's going in this area for a similar house. These houses are going 350, 375, whatever, and chances are those are probably closer to the real numbers. And then I would say to them, "You just need to explain to me, why would the seller take a minimum of $100,000 less just because you want to make that as an offer?
Absolutely.
Why would they want to do that?"
Yeah. I mean,
unless they can give me an answer and say, "Do you really want to do that? Because you're wasting your time." And by the way, you are wasting your time when you do that. Mm-hmm. Could you win? Yes. And that's the problem. One time in 100, you might win.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Do you really want to do 100 offers? Because it's work for us to put an offer together, but it's work for you to put an offer. A, you got to look at the proproperties. B, you got to get all your ducks in a row.
Yep. You got emotions attached to it.
You have emotions attached. Yep. You may not have as many emotions because you're just looking for a number.
Yes.
But how's that going to work for you?
Yeah.
So I would question that. Make lowball offers.
And I would also use scenarios from previous listings that I've had that have been multiple offers and explain, well, this is what I had in the last couple situations. This is where, say there's 10 offers, there was one at, and then all the rest were over. But there wasn't one that was 20 or 30% lower than ask.
Yeah. One of the things that's being cool about being on the list side is you get to see all the other offers.
Yep.
As a buyer's agent, you don't.
No.
You see your offer and that's it.
Yep.
It's blind man's bluff. You play your hand. That's it. And guess what? They're not going to tell you what the other numbers are.
No.
And you can ask all day long. And you know what they're going to tell you? I think they're going to say this.
Yeah, but that's against their fiduciary duty to their client. Yeah, absolutely. So you can't expose their cards.
Well, I said, I guess that could work on the planet Mars. Yeah. But it ain't working too well around here.
I don't know how the market is on Mars.
It's really tight.
Yeah, I bet.
The buyers you got to really work hard to find those buyers.
Yeah, and the properties.
Oh my God! And they got a lot of water issues.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sun.
And that was one, and then there was another one, and it's controversial. Put an escalation clause in.
Yeah, the E word.
Okay, and let's poke that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides. Yep. What do you think?
So personally, it's solely up to the buyer. If they want to write or put in an escalation clause, as long as they understand what it is and how they work, then it's our fiduciary duty to write that. So I always, as a listing agent and representing buyers, when I'm on the list side, I explain what it is to a seller, and then I also say it's up to you have the right to refuse an escalation. But if you know,
maybe we should, in case there are people say, well, maybe I'm not quite sure what an
slow
escalation
down.
clause is. Let's slow that one down a little.
Yeah.
Escalation clause is, let me use real numbers. So let's say you have a house for 300,000, and somebody puts an offer for 300. Another one puts an offer for 310. Another one puts an offer for 320. And then there's another guy out there that says, I will pay up to 320.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will go $1,000, $2,000 over the next highest offer,
Yep.
up to, and they put a cap on it, up to 345.
Yep. So the original offer is 320,
right?
With an escalation to 345, up to 1 to
Up to
2,000.
345.
Yep.
Up.
Okay.
So
Yep.
if another offer comes in at 325,
Mm-hmm.
and he's at 320,
Yep.
if he wants that house and that's the only, he'd have to go to 327.
Correct. Yep.
Under the, if we did it that way.
Yes.
Sometimes people don't even bother to put a cap in, which is a little risky.
I have seen that, and
Little
that's
risky.
that's
But
dangerous.
hey, it's up to if you're a high stakes poker player, God bless you.
Yep.
Most people are not.
And I've seen strategies that some agents do that, knowing that it's not going to appraise, and they'll be able to renegotiate after, right?
Okay.
Just to win the multiple.
And one of the issues that comes up with escalation, I've had them on both sides. I've had them with buyers. I've had them with sellers. I don't have a problem with escalation clauses, but some people do.
Yes.
Some
Absolutely.
agents have problems with them.
Yeah.
Some sellers have problems with them. Most buyers don't seem to care one way or the other. They either think yes, no, but it's not an emotional issue.
No, to them, does it give me a higher likelihood of winning the offer?
And that's really
Right?
what they should be concerned about.
Correct.
Will this get me a house?
Yep.
It might, it might not. Will I pay more than I wanted to? Maybe.
Yep.
It's on you.
Yep.
Because you're the one that steps up. But something strange has happened in the certainly last 3 years, maybe longer, where some agents take it upon themselves and they say, we are not, I always say, who are the we?
Yeah.
We are not going to accept an offer with an escalation clause in it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's even in the private remarks.
And
right?
you see it in the private remarks a lot. Okay. Here's the question that I would have. Who's we?
Yeah.
And frankly, it's not the agent's call.
Yeah.
Ever. Let me put my dentures back in.
Ever.
I don't have dentures. I don't do that. Okay. It's the seller's call. It's the buyer's call. Sometimes the attorney may overrule.
Yeah.
Sometimes the attorney may say no, and I don't want to see an escalation clause. It's not his call either,
No.
but he can trump people by saying, well, I'm just going to turn the contract down. He can do that.
Yeah.
It's up to the client. And what an agent should be doing is explaining the pros and the cons. Now, here's why attorneys don't like that. You probably know. You know the answer?
No, go ahead.
Okay. What we've seen in the last 3 years is we've seen an increase in escalation clauses, and now it's sort of decreasing.
Yep.
And because a lot of agents say, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's extra work for them. They got to think about these things. But you've got like 40 offers, and it can get complicated.
Very much so.
It can, but if you're on the ball,
You know how to work your way
It's a
through it.
layup. Come on.
Yeah.
But what some people do after they've lost 3, 4, 6, 7 houses, they say, well, I don't want to keep losing houses. What can I do? At that point, sometimes an agent, they should have said this before. They said, well, you could add an escalation clause. That might help you.
Yes.
They said, oh, and you explain that. And what happens sometimes is in the frenzy of trying to get the house, they get the house with the escalation clause. And then they say, because there's an automatic 3-day attorney approval in Western New York and New York State for that matter.
Correct. Yep.
They say, yeah, we don't want it. It's too much. We realize we shouldn't have done this.
Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse is always a factor.
Yeah.
Seller's remorse is a factor. Everyone gets, well, I could have got more. I could have got all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a much higher level in guys killing their deal with the escalation clause because now I paid. You paid what you wanted to pay. You made the market.
Yep.
So attorneys have said sometimes, I don't want to see this because these guys are killing all the deals.
Yes. Yep.
So that's what's going on.
That does make sense. Yep.
And that's why one of the things that we try to do here, that Matt and I try to do each week when we talk, is we want to give you what's going on, the real story. We're not going to mince words. We don't tell you what you want to hear. If you want to hear escalation clauses, it's the magic bullet. It could be.
Yeah.
But the problem with the magic bullet always is, in fact, I did a presentation on this one. You know the magic bullet? You know, the silver bullet kills the werewolf?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where it comes from. It's how do you kill a werewolf? Silver bullet. Well, yes, but the silver bullet, you just couldn't throw the bullet at the werewolf.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No.
If I have it in the gun, the werewolf's over there, I shoot it over there, it's you got to hit the werewolf.
Yes.
And when the werewolf is jumping on you, you may not be able to get the guy. And then what most people didn't realize is the silver bullet or the silver cane that was originally used to kill the original werewolf, Claude Rains, Lon Chaney, 1941. It had to be fired, or it had to be used by the person that loved the werewolf the most.
Okay.
There was a big caveat in there. Yeah. So if you shot it and it wasn't your boyfriend or
yeah.
your girlfriend, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, interesting.
So the silver bullet thing has lots of things that go with it, and the escalation clause shouldn't be treated that way.
No, I agree.
It should be treated what it is.
Yep.
And everyone should know what it is.
Yep. And I've had a lot of sellers over the years of multiple offers and escalation clauses say, well, is this really this buyer's best foot forward? Right. And that's the most common, feedback I get when escalations are being entertained. It's like, well, they say, here's their offer at 320. Let's use your example. They'll go up to 345. Why didn't they go to 345?
Why didn't they just highest and best? Why didn't they just go 345? Why didn't they? And that's the flip side. A lot of agents say, well, why don't they just come in with the highest and best?
Yes.
Well, that's how they did it. Yeah. They didn't know how high they had to go.
Exactly. That's the thing. Yep.
So they took a guesstimate and they did it this way. It's a process. It's a solution. Maybe it's a partial solution. I don't know. Will it work for you every time? No, it won't. No. But I can remember when we first started to see them. A good friend of mine as an agent, she was out of her mind. What is this? She come in with the highest and best and da. Mm-hmm. Well, because she lost out because an escalation clause beat her. Yeah. Then she had a situation where she had the escalation clause for her buyer, and she got the deal through because of it. And she came and she says, I just love these. This is a wonderful.
Yes. Yep. Situational, right?
So when it works for you, it's great. When it wasn't, you're an idiot.
Yeah. When it beats you, then it's not a good thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot of information out there, and should some of it be taken with a grain of salt? Yeah. Some of it should be taken with a salt block.
Yeah. Seriously.
What are you really doing here?
Yep.
Escalation goes. Lowball offers.
In a buyer's market, go ahead.
Buyer's market, I mean, there's some situations you might have a higher success rate, but in this market, you can have a really low success rate, and it's a lot of work for you as a client.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of work for us, but you're in the game too. And I mean, how long when you have to go through an offer with somebody, you got to prepare the offer. Mm-hmm. It takes you time to do it, but you got to go through with the person.
Absolutely.
And it takes. You got nothing better to do than waste your time on stuff like that. God bless you.
Yep.
But at some point, it'll get a little goofy. I may have mentioned this on one of these shows, but I did have a cousin, first good guy. We're still friends and cousins. We didn't throw him out of the family, although we should have. And he told me that what he wanted to do, and I said, well, I see what you want to do. Chances are you're not going to be able to do it in this neighborhood because it's much more expensive here than that. And he says, no, you don't understand. I'm trying to steal something. And I told them very politely, that's fine, but you have to understand something. I don't work with thieves.
Yeah.
It's not a protected class.
These properties are attached to the ground.
It's not a protected. I'm not. You're a thief. It's fine. Well, he finally got a house, not with me, because it took him 10 years.
Wow,
that's a lot of time wasted, and ultimately maybe he stole it, but it was 10 years higher in the price.
Yeah. So really, you're about the same.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So time is really, it's the biggest and most expensive thing that we have to deal with. Yeah. We are selling our time, and we're doing it on a contingency basis. Your time is your time. As you get more gray, you don't have to worry about this yet. You don't have as much time to waste on stuff. So, but it's on you.
It's limited, very limited.
It's limited.
Yep.
Some other things they talked about, one of which I did think was a good idea, was looking for concessions that you can actually get. Okay. Yeah. Concessions. Most concessions are usually used to pay for closing costs. Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. But generally speaking, and I always say, listen, the buyer wants to put themselves in the seller's shoes, seller wants to put himself in the buyer's shoes, so they know what they're talking about. If you have concessions in there that you want the seller to pay for, obviously, I'm thinking you better be way over the asking price to get that. Yeah.
Realize that does come off with the overall sale price.
Right? Yeah. And if you put if I'm paying $300, you want $10,000 in concessions. Well, then the seller's only getting $290. Yeah. Why would he do that? Yep. Especially if it's that might not be feasible. But if you put yourself in a situation where you can make the concessions work for something like that, it's great. Yep. I still think the best use of concessions, and we're not seeing a lot of it yet, is to buy down the mortgage rate.
Yes. Well, yeah. And I've been coaching my clients on that as well since the rate's been, so
Right,
high
yeah,
lately.
but buy down the mortgage rate, and it's like, wow. And sellers seem to be much more open to that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Much more open. Now, chances are you're going to be over the asking price, but if you figure, even if you're paying, $10,000 more, if you're buying down your rate, your payment is going to be lower.
and over the duration of your loan, you're saving a lot more than 10 grand.
Tens and tens and
Yeah.
tens of thousands of dollars.
Correct.
Because of buying that rate down.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. The long haul, it really does. 1/4% makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah. A quarter percent.
Yeah.
Huge. That's why people are getting crazy, because the rates are starting to go down a little bit.
Yeah.
We are going to see a run.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction. Everyone likes to make predictions.
Yeah.
I don't have a crystal ball.
Where's that ball?
Okay. But when that rate comes down, it probably will come down about a half point, I bet you, in the next 60 days.
Well, we could use it.
Spring to summer. They're going to be coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Buyers. Now, hopefully we will have some more inventory that has come in, because it is a spring market, but it's coming in slower.
It is.
Than it's supposed to.
Yeah. Yep.
Or than we would prefer it to. Yeah. And the buyers they're coming in like they normally do, but when the rates come down,
it's going to be a massive
step
leap.
it up. And then that will only drive prices up further, and then we're going to have more offers. So it's going to be a hot and frenzied market for a while.
Yeah.
I don't care who's the president. So, it's this one. It don't make any difference.
Yeah. Nope.
No, it really, on that part, it doesn't. And so there's things going on out there that I think is important to look behind the curtain a little bit, especially when you go online. There's so many things out there that some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't, and I always question it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they give, this is the answer. No matter what the answer is to whatever the question is, it should always come with the following 2-word caveat. That depends.
That depends. Yep. It's situational. Everyone.
Like, if I get a lower rate here, will that get me a house? Well, that depends.
That depends.
Depends on where you're looking, what price range.
Yep. That's the taxes. It depends on a bunch.
No impact on it. It could have a tremendous impact on it. It depends. Yep. And I think working the Buffalo market, the Western New York market, is so complex compared to other, because I've worked in other markets.
Yep.
I worked in Cape Cod, New York City, Florida.
New York City is a very complex market as well.
It is, but this is more complex because the taxes are different here.
Yeah, very.
They vary from town to town to
drastically
town to
too.
town. And you go 1 mile. I live in South Buffalo right now because taxes are low. I don't have to worry about the schools because my kids are big. But I go 1 mile to West Seneca, same exact house, taxes are triple.
Yeah,
the schools in West Seneca.
Yeah. Yeah, but triple, that's a lot.
Well, triple on anything's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? Now, if I go double or triple in someplace like Amherst, well, I want to shoot myself.
Yes, yeah.
And they just raised them.
Yeah, last year. Yep.
Yeah. So just that piece of the puzzle really changes. And then you also have city versus country.
Yep, rural.
City versus suburbs. We have suburbs all over the place surrounding the city. These little bedroom communities. And then once you get out into the country, now you have farm issues like septic systems and agricultural.
Propane, oil.
Propane.
Yep. Wells. Yep.
Wells. I learned everything I know about wells when I first moved here because I'm going to farm with a well.
Yep.
I'm the well authority. Yeah. It's not something I wanted to be an authority on. I'm one of those guys who just wants to turn the tap on and it's good.
Yeah. You don't have to have an infrared system in there.
No, I don't want that.
It doesn't have to be tested every year.
Stop.
Yeah.
But
you need to know those things moving into those areas, right?
Yeah,
so that's why you need a good agent.
Especially if you're working with a realtor in Western, have some respect for them because they have to know a lot.
Yep.
They have to do a lot. They have to know a lot, and then they have the miles against them. Man, it's almost impossible to lease a car.
Oh, you get in this
if you're
business?
a real estate agent.
Yeah, no. I drive 30,000 miles a year.
You're done. Put a fork in. You're done.
Yeah, it's twice the limit of a lease.
Yeah. Can't do it.
Yep.
Or and it's in the olden days, especially where you used to actually physically drive people
to get the everything signed.
And then you have to physically drive to get an initial.
Yeah.
You have to drive 30 miles to get an initial because they changed the price. You know, but it was hard years ago. It's harder now. You can't lease. So and 25,000 miles is a lot of miles.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know?
Yep. A lot of wear and tear.
A lot of wear and tear. So just before you take everything as gospel.
Yeah, don't trust everything on the internet.
Don't even trust us. You should. We're giving you opinions.
Yep.
Our opinions that are based on 60 years of experience, just between the two of us. 50 years.
Yeah, 50, 60.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for a while. But yeah, there's a lot of opinions out there. So one today was, guy said, you really want to have a good agent working for you, protecting your interest in the transaction. And somebody said, best thing is to not have an agent at all. Do it on your own. You can do that. Absolutely. But remember, it depends. And I always used to like to use the plumbing scenario. If you know how to change a toilet, you don't need a plumber, do it yourself.
Yeah.
However, if you're like me, and I got 3 left hands, and I can't do it, I know I'm not going to get that wax seal right.
Yep.
It's going to be a disaster when I go to do it.
Absolutely.
And when it leaks all over my floor onto my kitchen because the bathroom's on top of that, who am I going to call? I'm going to call a plumber to fix it.
Yeah. Do it right that time, and then redo all the water damage.
You got to get it right the first time, man. Especially in a real estate trade. If you don't get it right the first time, it's expensive and painful.
Yeah.
You got to get it right the first time. That's why a good agent is worth their weight in platinum.
Yep.
Absolute platinum. So
do your homework on that as well.
Yeah.
Reviews. It's a lot of different ways to research us.
Yeah, but don't take everything as gospel. Check us out. We're here to help you if you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, if you're looking to join our team. That's a good thing too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our guys are doing real well, and we just learned that EXP is now the #1 seller of real estate unit-wise in the world.
Yeah. Yep. So we keep growing.
We keep growing by leaps and leaps. And in the Buffalo market, we're relatively new.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, year or two.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're growing by leaps and bounds here. And what's nice is we're growing by leaps and bounds with really, really super talented people.
Yep.
We don't take everybody.
Yeah.
We like to make sure that people are on the same page. They really want to do this for real. They don't want to dabble. Sell one house every 3 years or something like that. It's not something we're interested in. Because what happens is the consumer doesn't get served well that way.
Yeah, no, you're kind of out of the loop.
You're out of the loop, man. You got to stay in the game all the time.
Yep.
And if it's not within the area of your expertise, well, then hopefully you have somebody on your team that you can farm it off to.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
commercial,
important.
as much as I can do it all.
Yeah.
Commercial, I would probably
prefer.
Why don't you do this?
Yep. And I'd always willing to help.
Let's work on this together, whatever. But it's more within your wheelhouse.
Yep.
And doctors do it all the time. They recommend other doctors because they're specialists.
Specialists. I was just going to say
I got a little skin tag here. My doctor's not going to do it. He's going to send me to a dermatologist.
Exactly.
And he's not shy about it.
No.
This is because the dermatologist is going to do a better job.
Yep. Yeah. You have to know what your specialty is.
You got to know what your specialty is, what your comfort level is, and I'm not going to Syracuse, but I have people on my team that are in Syracuse. They can help you.
Yep.
So, Syracuse is a wonderful place. A lot of snow.
Yeah.
I always like to look at the snow figures, and Buffalo's a snowy town, but
Watertown blows us away.
Stop. Watertown, Syracuse, Rochester has more snow now.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think that when I first moved up there, I think we had more snow.
I remember having more snow.
And they used to say, well, Rochester gets a lot of ice. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But now they're getting this year they got more snow.
Yeah.
And it was significantly more.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all the jet stream over the lake.
Something. I don't know. But I'm not going to Syracuse.
Yeah. It's a little far. It's 2.5 hours.
It's a long 2.5 hour drive, and it's just that 90 kills me.
Yeah. It's boring.
Yeah. Hard for me to stay awake on the road. So. All right. Wrap up.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, follow, subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions you want us to address on the show.
We're here for you. We love you.
Yeah. Thank you.